This is the Breathe With Bri Podcast. Peace, everyone. My name is Bri Rose. Everybody wants to be a hater. Welcome back to the Breathe With Bri Podcast. On this episode, we're going to be talking about spiritual warfare and haters. So spiritual warfare is actually something that I've always been aware of because I grew up in a very Christian background and my mom was always talking about spiritual warfare. For those of you who don't know, well, I don't think anybody knows. My mom used to be the person who was giving out exorcisms. So I don't know if for the people who really think I'm just some new age, like just got on spirituality type stuff, I'm not new to this at all. I've just honestly changed spirits and who I call to protect myself more so than like just having no clue. So it's like I've been raised in this, and I think right now possibly some people might have thought, because once again I choose peace. Most of the time I choose peace. But people forget I am from Chicago. What do y'all know about Chicago? Okay, think about, go look at the news in Chicago right now. I'm from Chicago. People think that because I am in an evolved place at this moment in time in my life, that I'm not from Chicago. Where did I live after Chicago? Let's talk about that. Atlanta. What y'all know about Atlanta? Go look up some news in Atlanta. And then where did I live after that? New York. All right, go look up some news about New York. So for the people out there, because I know you're going to listen to this, it might be a couple of months later because y'all are so behind. I was raised in it, unlike y'all. And I think that's why y'all are so stressed that I can be spiritual and be nice and choose peace. And you think I'm gullible, or maybe you think I am easily hurt. But the fact of the matter is I've been through a lot and I am really strong, but I still just choose peace. And that's my option. I know I could be angry like you all the time, but I choose not to. So let's get into it. Okay, so my general notion of spiritual warfare has always been like, there are always going to be, more so like, I guess just saying it in the most simplest terms, positive and negative energy. And there's always an option for you to choose which side you'd like to be on. So like my mom would always tell me about spiritual warfare in a sense that, like, Christian people say this all the time, like the devil's trying to get you down, like, or the devil's working overtime, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's evil energies at play that want you to be miserable and sad and hopeless and fear-ridden and depressed and anxious and all that stuff. But we all have a choice that we can work towards a more joy-centered life. So when I was younger and we used to talk about spiritual warfare, protection is obviously one of the biggest things you need. Protection and understanding who you are. All right, y'all. So there's a woman on YouTube that's called Dr. Ramani, and she talks about narcissists and just gives you so many. It is such a huge resource if you are someone right now who has to deal with narcissists in your life and you want to learn how to work with them in a way that is a bit more rebalanced, or just work with them in a way where you're standing in your power. I would suggest looking on YouTube and going to Dr. Ramani's page, because she has so much information on any possible situation you can face with a narcissist. So I've just been studying this stuff because, I'm not new to narcissists in my life. And especially being someone who usually chooses peace or tries to be silent in order to keep the peace. And, I know that I do come off as someone who like just seems kind of like, I don't know, like a weird nerdy girl. But the truth of the matter is I wasn't bullied in high school, actually. So I don't really know how that feels. And also, I'm an Aries moon, and I think people get real confused about all of my Libra energy and think I'm just a little foolish Libra who likes to play around. But in reality, I am an Aries moon who comes from a mama that's an Aries moon, who probably damn near came from a mama that's an Aries moon. That means we get down. We from Chicago. How many times I gotta say that? Please, if I'm choosing peace with you, let me choose peace with you, because y'all gonna wake up another side of me, and you gonna see that side is not the same. But as spiritual people in general, we need to be able to protect ourselves. Like, you can't just be all namaste in a world like this. Like, I think obviously, and one thing that I don't think people think about much is when there is such an influx of just dark, negative, scary, demonic energy, there's always going to be as above, so below, as above, so below. So there's always going to be an influx of beautiful, blissful, gorgeous, wonderful, abundant energy. And you can choose what you focus on. You can either look around, look down, or keep going. And for me, the biggest, my biggest hater repellent, or my biggest spiritual warfare tool, is choosing myself and choosing to keep going. Because when you're looking behind you, or when you're worried about what other people are doing to try to bring you down, and it's like they want to get you into a war, like, I'm not accepting that. Like, you could make up things in your mind about me and think that I'm beefing with you, but I'm not even beefing with you. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm focused on myself. I'm focused on getting to where I need to go so I can have my beautiful family peacefully set up where we are making our own food and doing the healing work that we need to do. And it's so crazy to me that people would like try to come against that. Like, you will be surprised in your life how much you just being your authentic self, being your light-filled self, being your joyous self will make people angry. And especially if you're in their life at some point being your loving self, and they're clearly trying to take advantage of you, and you decide to leave, and they're going to be angry, and they're going to be pulling out their narcissist kit book of how to disturb peaceful people's peace. And like, we can't let them do that every time. Like, as a person who grew up with like narcissistic parents, like, I mean, at what point do we stop giving our parents free range to like mess up our emotions? And that's what I'm saying. Right now is a time to be very, I'm in stealth mode right now. So I would encourage everyone to get into stealth mode. And stealth mode could be making sure you know who the fuck you are. So when people try to tell you what the fuck you not, you just like, you know what I'm saying? You're just like, what is this projection? I don't feel like accepting this projection right now. And yeah, so back to Dr. Rami. She has a beautiful, first of all, wonderful. It's a wonderful resource. Actually, too, yeah, if you're dealing with any bipolar people, if you're dealing with any narcissists, if you're dealing with any people who are just bullying and maybe they've been in your life for far too long, I would say to look up the resources. There are so many therapists and psychologists and like so many people doing the work to like understand narcissism and how to combat it, because yeah, we can't let these people win. And also, they're the scariest ones, quite honestly. The best thing that stuck out to me from Dr. Rami was saying that authenticity is the biggest kind of defender against narcissism, because when you're truly authentic, you don't give a fuck about what people gotta say, for real. Like, you know who loves you and who doesn't love you, and who has your best intention in mind and who doesn't. And when you really stop like giving people power and like caring about what they think about you, you could get so far. And that's honestly what pisses narcissists off the most, is like you being like, oh, you don't like me, or oh, you said that about me. Anyways, like, that's, for me, that's the best way to get past it. Because also too, when it comes to like haters and it comes to like people who are just hell bent on getting you down, I half the time I feel like these people don't understand their mental illness to a certain degree. It's like, because they usually do put so much energy into trying to mask their obsession, but really it's like they are obsessed. I am a magnetic person. And sometimes when I come into people's lives, they feel very entitled to my energy. They feel like they own me. They feel like I'm going to be there for the rest of my life or something like that. And I'll just tolerate horrible treatment, and I'll just tolerate shitty things. Like, I came to Earth to just be in shitty ass situations, and that's not it. So, yeah, be authentic. I hate the word authentic because I feel like it's been so overused, and every fucking content creator on the planet probably has a video telling you to be authentic. But like, what does that really mean? It just means like, know who you are, know what you stand for, know what you do, know your actions, know your vibes, know yourself. The more you know yourself, the less somebody can tell you who you are. Like, I think definitely during my childhood, I was just so impressionable and so caring about like what people thought. And like, I'm 32 now, child, I don't give a fuck what you think. And I mean, half the time I really don't. And that's why I've been able to be on my path, because I'm looking around at people who aren't happy trying to tell me what to do in my life. Why would I listen to you? I'm not trying to live a miserable life like you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to live a joyous life. And that's what haters and people who bring you down could be like focused on within themselves. But because they're so afraid to look inside and do the work and be like, damn, I really am miserable, or like, I really am hurting, and just like get fucking therapy. How many times do we suggest therapy to narcissists? I just gotta, but it's like they're in whatever world they're in. But all I'm saying is narcissists really don't have to win. Fear is a choice, and being afraid of someone is a choice. But right now, I think people literally are just living in so much fear and depression and shit like that, that you could literally let these people who may be obsessed with you and could never say it, but clearly they are saying it if they're fucking spreading rumors or trying to bring you down in whatever ways. Like, I wish you all would just understand that y'all have a strange obsession with me, and it's unhealthy, and there's plenty of things you could be obsessed about that would actually help your life a lot more than trying to bring me down. But because y'all don't fucking understand that, I'm gonna let karma do the math for y'all, and maybe you could get tired. And that's the thing too, like, as a spiritual person, I'm not like trying to keep up the negative energy, boy. I'm trying to step out and keep going. That's what I'm saying. I know a lot of people get caught up with spiritual warfare and like return to senders and sending things back and things like that, or trying to keep the same energy. Keeping the same energy is horrible. Do not let these negative ass people drop you out your light field energy. That's the main thing they want to do. They want to stress you out because they stressed. You know what I'm saying? They want to make you press because they pressed. Like, look in the mirror, y'all. But also too, spiritual warfare could also be like not with humans. There are plenty of entities and parasites and leeches and energy things, energy vampires, so many things that could take away your energy. Let's talk about a few now. Devices with screens, those usually fuck up your energy a lot, hence why we're told to stare at them all day, so we could fucking not understand our brain anymore and feel so unattached to life, because we've been taught that our life online matters more than maybe our life in real life. Okay, so spiritual warfare, entities, parasites, things like that. Once again, I say this, I feel like I'm saying this in every episode: watch what you eat. Because if you're unhealthy, you can't protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're worried about your own health issues and you're not healthy, how can you protect yourself? You're wounded. And then if somebody negative, or if a entity or a ghost or whatever you want to call it comes and tries to take from your energy because you're miserable, because you're sad, because you're sick, like, you're in that vibrational range for people to get to you. And this is coming from someone who, like, for the most part, I've dealt with like depression so much in my life. So, you know what I'm saying? But being in the depression energy, once again, I'm not telling you to ever like speed up your process of healing from depression, but I am just saying that when you are depressed and you're in that dark energy, it makes you more susceptible to other dark entities and dark beings to kind of come on and just like add fuel to your darkness. And it's very clear that the best way to spiritually protect yourself is just to be in alignment. Because then if you're in alignment, that means your spiritual team is like tagged in and they're protecting you, because they're like, this woman's doing the work. Why would we let some like silly little people stop her? Why would we let some silly little entity stop her? And plus, there's so many miserable people on this earth. Like, you know what I'm saying? People align through things they hate every day. But I feel like people don't spend enough time like figuring out what they actually love and who they actually are. And when you are authentic and when you are doing your own thing and when people can't get to you the way they want to get to you, it's like some people freak out. And especially that's a narcissistic trait. Narcissists love to have new followers, love to have new people who think highly of them. And when you can see through their bullshit and be like, nah, I don't think you that nice though. Like there's a line in a rap song that I love that really speaks to, you know, certain haters out there. That's like, how are you petty and philanthropic? Like you can't really be giving out help and money and then you are so evil and so desperate and so jealous that you go around and hurt everybody you've ever given to. You think that's still good? Like, it's so funny to see people try to balance out. Like I could tell sometimes when people are trying to balance out their own karma because they know that they're so evil and they've tried to hurt every single fucking person in their life. And then you wonder why your husband left. Oops. But seriously though, you wonder why your significant others leave. The fuck? Nobody wants to be around evil ass, draining ass energy, and nobody knows the evilest side of people like their significant others. And usually romantic partnerships, they get it the worst because you're so close to people and then they feel so attached to you and you try to leave that, they will give you hell. And as a person, once again, that's what I'm saying. Like when people be playing with me, they really don't understand my background. Like I have evolved. I was not always here. This was not always me. Like in college, I would love to just have a great debate with men and watch them crumble. And like, as I've gotten older, I've been like, you know what? I ain't got to do this. I ain't got to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to let my energy like point in that direction. There's so many other directions we can point in. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about when I'm choosing peace. I'd rather speak life into someone's life than to speak death. And when you're speaking death and speaking hate and speaking things onto people's life, that's you, baby. That's in your mouth. You swallowing that down and breathing that air. Like, what do you think you're doing? You're poisoning yourself. That's what I'm saying. And also another great protection is like putting a spell on your name. So it doesn't matter who says your name, you're still going to be abundant from it. Like, nah, anybody who says my name is going to bring me the most abundant and aligned like people into my life so I can have the most biggest, brightest, efficient, creative community all around me, and we're all thriving and we're all eating healthy and we're all raising the vibrations. And that's what happens every time you say my name. So remember that, because if my name is in your mouth, you helping me at the end of the day. And that's what I think people don't understand too, like especially coming to like haters and things like that. Like you're bringing more attention to me. Like at the end of the day, like for real though, because when you think about it, like celebrities understand this, right? Like celebrities understand any news is like press. Like you may have your name negatively out there, but at the same time, it's still news and it's still bringing attention to you. And in a place where attention is literally currency in 2024, and somebody might be trying to defame my name. And it's like, y'all, think about this shit for real. Because at the end of the day, all y'all doing is making me richer. And that's why I'm only going to have this episode once on here. So, you know, because I know I'm magnetic. So, you know, magnetic people, and especially when you got a lot of 8th house energy, you're going to attract some crazy people every now and then. You're going to attract some very obsessive people every now and then. And that's the thing. Most obsessive people don't even know they're obsessive. They think they're just type A. They think they're just what? You name it. Everything except obsessive over everything that's outside themselves instead of looking inside. I don't think haters realize that when they speak so negatively about people all the time, it is very clear that you see yourself in that way. So it's like, I don't even need to talk shit about you because I know you're already doing that about yourself. Your mind doesn't have peace. That's why nothing you talk about brings peace. And I think especially in 2024, people are energetically more sensitive now. Even if you're not woke, even if you just starting your journey, people are energetically more sensitive. So we could spot the haters. You know what I'm saying? You meet somebody new, you could tell their energy off. So once again, y'all, you just making me better. But y'all don't get that because y'all just only know how to operate in one thing. Like, people don't really think about this. I think people look at, because I know somebody like to watch the damn Joker movie all the time, and like I know the Manosphere is popping right now. So, men who want to be on that side probably feel very very held in their toxic masculinity at this time. But the thing is, you gotta have money to be evil, for real. You can't be out here broke being evil. You're not a billionaire. You're not Jay-Z. You're not somebody who's heavily protected and could have anybody annihilated in any second. Y'all can't be out here broke and evil. That shit don't match. And y'all ain't, real criminals enough to do the things that it takes to be evil while you broke and consistently take on that persona. So have fun. I guess I haven't talked about cleansing that much on here. Let's talk about cleansing, because I talk about it on my TikTok all the time. If you all don't follow me on TikTok, please do. It's breathe.bri and breathe.bri on Instagram. Less active on there though. But cleansing yourself is such an important tool. You make it a ritual, and I'm telling you, you could do anything. Like, I really want to let people know in 2024, you can make up your own rituals. Your rituals can be anything. You just need to make sure you're cleansing yourself and protecting yourself. This is not a time to be out here in the streets doing reckless shit, if not just in general, being unintentional with your energy. This year is not a year to be unintentional with your energy. Like, we could all have some fun for sure, but you still need to be intentional about your fun. Like, even when there's times where I'm feeling kind of stuck, I say, okay, now I'm going to use a healthy distraction, which is like, I'm just going to take my mind off whatever problem that's presented to me, and I'm just going to healthily do something else. Figure out. You don't have to, if you have a problem in your life, you don't have to bang your head on a brick wall for, 3 months trying to figure it out. Give it space. Answers come with space. But anyway, back to cleansing. Cleanse with smudging. You can cleanse with the herbs of mugwort, sage, palo santo. I don't think that's a herb, but y'all know what I'm saying. You could cleanse with rosemary. You could cleanse, sometimes I just put essential oils in water and spray it around, but once again, using intention. Put some essential oils in some water, hold it in your hands, think about how you want to be protected or safe or nurtured, or think about how you want to use this spray to like cleanse the energy in a room, and just spray it around. And the ritual of you perpetually doing this as an action to be cleansing or an action to be like protecting yourself, it's gonna work. And that's what I think also some people don't understand, especially when you don't think that somebody is just spiritual enough to like send psychic attacks your way and send evil energy your way. Once again, haters, like the term hater, I think is just like we don't look at how deep that is. Like, it is a really great term to talk about a person who just harbors so much hate in their soul. So when someone has that much hate in their heart, in their mind, they can kind of like send energy, because the angry people I've met, they know how to work with their anger, because anger is just kind of another source of energy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I don't think people understand when they're angry all the time. They're actually very addicted to the energy surge that you get, the dopamine kind of, yeah, because like people who feel empowered in their anger, they feel like dopamine, they feel a hit of energy, they feel like that power, and like, so they can actually send things your way and work with their own angry energy. But like, clearly being angry all the time, like, I don't think we came onto this planet to be in bodies and be angry every moment. So, you know what? That's all your health issues right there. Stop being so angry. That's what I'm saying. It's like not even a point of like trying to get back at people at this time, because the karma is coming in so strong that it's like you're not even like kind of playing with me in a way, because you don't know my background and my system and my intergalactic connections and the planets that are in my houses. And I got Saturn so strong in my chart, it ain't even me. It's karma. You're messing with somebody who has a lot of Saturn in their chart. Saturn is always gonna give you what you give back. That's why Saturn, like, people talk about working hard and you get your blessings with Saturn. It's like, but also If you're messing with someone who's Saturn heavy and you think this whole time I've really been trying to focus on myself, and I really just want to applaud myself right now because I'm looking back at my life and I'm like, I really started working on my own things and my own creative projects and things like that a year ago. And I'm really just like, Brianna, look at you. Like, you really just like committed to yourself for a second, and even when people tried to throw you off track and be really evil and petty and mean to you, like, you still got back up and you still kept working. And I'm so proud. And now it's like funny to see people try to move against me, because it's like, I mean, I'm not even really playing with y'all like that. I'm in a different energy. Y'all wondering why y'all can't touch me, can't reach me, can't see me, can't get to me, because I'm in another energy and y'all ain't up here. Y'all can't have that much hate in your heart and, you know, try to mess with people. I mean, once again, look at celebrities. Like, people have been saying how the Megan and Nicki beef was going to be like such a kind of show the dynamic of like the bullies that might be showing themselves at this point in 2024, and the people who are working on their shit that's just going to turn up and say what they need to say and get back to business, and ain't no hater about to stop them. Ain't nobody stopping Megan. The fuck? I've always been a Megan fan, but Megan, I've always loved Megan because she's an Aquarius. She's fucking creative and she's in her own lane and she's unstoppable, and she knows that she's unstoppable, and clearly other people know she's unstoppable, hence why she signed to the most unstoppable record label there is. And that's what I'm saying once again. When motherfuckers get protected by higher entities and higher beings that are like, oh, I see that this young lady, Brianna motherfucking Rose, is very unstoppable in her own right, then I'm just gonna be more unstoppable. It's manifesting, y'all. Y'all had anything in the world to manifest throughout this past year, and all y'all did was manifest more drama for yourself, and now you're mad at me. If y'all don't look inside for a second, like, that's what you really need to be saying to haters right now. Anybody who's trying to come on your line with no silly little words, trying to bring your energy down, we just need to be responding in silly, goofy ways to just show that, like, yo, or don't respond at all. You know what I'm saying? Either don't respond or respond in a silly, goofy way, because nothing angers a person more than when they're mad and obsessed with you and trying to hurt you and been working hard on hurting you, and you just show up in a silly, goofy mood. Like, what were you trying to do? Oh shit, I didn't even notice. Oh well, good luck with that. And you're not even bothered, and you're just skipping along on your journey, but you got your ancestors at your back, okay, and they handling everything you need to handle so you can focus on your forefront. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. For anybody out there, if you happen to be going through a time where you got a lot of haters in your life and things like that, focus on what you're doing. That is the best way to block out haters, is to focus on what you're doing. Because once again, people can't have beef without, you know, both people acknowledging that there's beef. Once again, looking at the Megan and Nicki thing. Megan like, I ain't even know we had beef, but since we do, I'ma slaughter it, okay? Like, that's where I want my spiritual followers to be right now. If anybody's coming against you, know that you must have a lot of fucking power and talent and light and so much to give, so much so that people can see your future maybe before you even see it, and they're trying to stop you now, but they can't. All right. So nextly, the biggest thing to really get under control if you're ever under spiritual attack, or just like got a lot of haters, or just because also too, let's be so fucking real, haters can be in your family. Haters can be the people who raised you. Okay, I'm letting go of those haters too. I've always had weird, I mean, like I said, I had narcissistic parents. Like, I'm letting go of those haters too. Like, I don't have time to hear what y'all got to say about me. I don't want any more of these projections. I just did so much work on deprogramming my mind around the projections of my parents, because that is not me. And I get it though, because when you're so small-minded and all you know is Christianity and whatever else you all assimilated to in the boomer generation, y'all don't understand what I am. And that's one of the biggest things. Like, we don't really have to worry about our haters. We don't really have to worry about spiritual attacks. We don't really have to worry about it, because people don't know who we are. They think it's a game, and it actually is a fucking marathon that I've been training for my whole life. And I'm just now amping up. Also too, transmutation is literally my jam right now. And I know I'm all over the place with this one, but I really do want to help people who are going through this, because I'm sure I'm not the only one who has a little, dusty ass haters on their back. You know what I'm saying? But transmutation. Oh, also too, if you got some haters and you really want to feel better about yourself, listen to the Sprinkle Lady. Share 7 will get you right. I know sometimes it sounds like she's just trying to train you to be a sugar mama or a sugar baby or something like that. Like, I feel like she does. First of all, she has 2 channels. So this woman is well crafted. She has a channel literally about witchcraft and spiritual stuff. She has every single spiritual thing you could think about on that channel, from spiritual vampires to like working with dark matter, working with energy. Like, Share 7, the Sprinkle Lady. I know she sounds foolish if you just listen to her without listening to her, but she gives a lot of good tips on how to deal with people who just want to be in your energy, and you ain't got time for that because you're working on your shit and you need to keep going. So transmutation. I think transmutation in general, the general principle is like turning something into something else. Like, that's as simple and basic as I could put it. So if, once again, people are putting a lot of energy into your downfall, but they big mad, they big fat mad, they mad, and maybe you have multiple of them and they big mad together, and maybe it's a whole family, it's a group of them, and they big mad. I mean, the more people, the better, because baby, once you learn how to use your brain and your magic, you can transmute all of that energy they're sending your way, turn that shit into something good, and let your life be blessed. And maybe I'll do another episode about transmutation in general, but that's one of the most powerful tools, especially against people who put a lot of energy into it. You know what I'm saying? My baby daddy's been trying to hurt me for the past 3 years. Our child is 3. He's been trying to hurt me for the past 3 years. That means I got 3 years worth of this fool's and his family's energy that they tried to put in to hurt me. And I'm turning that into money. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Like, oh my gosh. And first of all, second of all, third of all, it's 2024, so we could really be doing anything, right? I think we're gonna see a lot of people who have always had big imaginations, who are actually starting to believe in themselves, and they're gonna be doing absolute miracles. Anything is possible right now, y'all. If you just direct your attention to the proper sources, anything is possible. And since I'm shouting out more things, I would say, if you are feeling limited because all you're watching is the news, or all you're watching is like doomsday type of, we're all doomed, it's only wars and all this other shit. First of all, that's a Western concept. Western civilizations have always thought about killing themselves or killing everybody as the answer to like fixing problems. And does that make any sense, y'all? It's plenty of things to think about. You know how many things that Native and African people have been through as they've existed on this earth that they've moved through just fine. Like, there's so many possibilities right now. That's what I'm saying. So if anybody's hating on you right now and you thinking about it, don't think about it. Think about it less. Think about what you're doing and just keep going. Like, people can't really touch you when you're running. And that's the thing. I think I've really been understanding momentum now, and how, sometimes when you're starting something new, you don't really have that momentum, but if you just commit to it, you keep doing it, then you really start to get to the momentum. But once you're in that momentous state, motherfuckers can't touch you unless you give them that attention, unless you're afraid of them. And that's what I think I was about to say. Y'all gotta let go of the fear so strong. I don't know. I think like literally most people, 90% of the people I talk to, they're just like trembling in fear. And I get it. That's what media does. If you choose to watch certain media and you choose to take in certain information and you choose to let these people dictate what you believe about life. But let me tell y'all once again, it wouldn't be this many people trying to poison us. It wouldn't be this many wars going on. It wouldn't be this much chaos if it wasn't something to distract y'all from. And they are distracting you from the just beautiful range of possibilities of life that there are out there. So like, for the people who are obsessed with bringing a human down at this time, they aren't looking at the possibilities of life. They feel trapped in their bodies, trapped in their minds, trapped in their misery. And that's why they're trying to trap you in your misery and spread a little bit more misery. But guess what? There's so many things you could be spreading on this planet right now. So many things. So like for me, the best solution for dealing with haters and psychic attacks and spiritual things like that is to get your momentum on where you want to go. If you, especially, I'm a person who like, yeah, I get weird bosses a lot. You know what I'm saying? So when you're working and you got a boss that's just like up your ass, like, God damn, you just be thinking about them like, you know, for a fact, they don't have a life outside of this. And that's why they want to be all up in your life, all up in your business. And they get mad that you don't want to be best friends with them, even though it's just a workplace. And the last time I checked, I didn't sign this contract to be best friends with you. But once again, haters don't have a life. Haters don't see possibilities within their life. Haters don't see themselves going that far. Haters know they're cooked, and that's why they just settle for being a hater. And that's what I'm saying too. You can't really surround yourself by haters. Like, I know a lot of people like to gossip, especially air signs. That's an air sign thing. People like to gossip. People like to talk and chit chat. If you're letting yourself around some type of negative energy that's just wanting to gossip and kiki with you, they gonna end up being your demise. Because all that negative energy that they harbor, and you just think you having a little conversation with them, it's an energetic spiritual warfare. They trying to get into all your good energy. You ever notice people who just want to say negative things about people all the fucking time, and you be trying to distance yourself from them because you're like, I don't think I actually want to be sad every fucking day of my life. I don't think I actually want to be hating on somebody every fucking day of my life. Like, that shit's boring. There's so many other things to talk about. Like, I know America and like social media in general likes to kind of rally behind things that they hate, but like, let's talk about the things we love. Let's talk about the things that bring us peace. Let's talk about the things that bring us joy. You know what I'm saying, Briz? But anyway, stay strong out there. Kind souls deserve to win this year, and I am really intentional and really serious about liberating kind souls because we don't deserve this bullshit. And also, it's our time to shine right now.